Well, hello everyone. Marco's back. The new American conservative with more important info not everyone can stomach. Did not want to add too much on social unrest on the previous video because I think it was very important video for that particular subject. Even though all this is very connected, it's all done by design. But I just wanted to make a quick one right now to follow up with what is going to happen. Not really what is happening, because all of you know, it's what is the next step. And the reason I know is because fortunately, yes, I'm saying fortunately, I lived through it. I have skin in the game, and I believe that that happened for a reason, so I can kind of help my family out and everyone that I know, and through social media, to wake other people up and let them know what is going to happen next. Right now, we might have a slowdown with social unrest. There might be some law and order that comes in. I don't know what Trump is going to do, but I believe it's going to slow down a little bit, and everything is going to go back to abnormal. But where the real problem is when the EBT checks, when the EBT cards gets taken away from people, when the stimulus checks stop coming in, that's when you're going to see riots. This is nothing. This is bad, don't get me wrong, but it's nothing to what is coming. It's not to scare you, it's to prepare you. And I would hope you share these videos with your family and friends so you can really get at least ahead of some other people who are continuing to be complacent, so you can possibly save yourself and your families. Number one thing, back in the 90s when I lived through civil war and hyperinflation, it was not to be in the big city. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say right now, well, that's pipe dream, and you're going to try to click off this video because you live in New York or whatever, and you still have your job, and the last thing you want to do is leave. I get, or you can't leave. But some of you do make more money right now not working, and you might have a chance to go to, your cousin in Montana. I'm just throwing it out there, or whatever that may be, upstate New York or whatever, Kentucky, South Dakota, right? You might have your parents that live there. You might just have to make a move and get away from the big city. So not to be off the grid was really important, okay? And to have some of your own food and water in case you can't leave the house, and that's already happening right now in certain parts of the country. In the city of Chicago, a lot of people in the city can't even buy groceries, but where you are right now, it might be quiet and you think you're all good. In a week or tomorrow, that might change, so you need to have some of that prepared. So those who prepare, at least topped off their basic preps, did pretty good. So repeating again, number one, if you can, to be off the grid, especially with the next riots coming up, it's going to get really bad. Number two, we mentioned water, just basics, canned food. Don't want to get into that. Everybody knows what you like, what you can do, or what you cannot do, okay? And then obviously you can put ammo here at number one, but that's really up to you what order you want to put it in, as long as you have it, right? You got to stack up on ammo, because you can't protect anything that you own, including your kids, your wife, your parents, if you don't have firearms / ammo. So those are the main things, and I won't even get much into gold and silver, because I did that on previous videos. A lot of people are going to ignore this because the dollar is still king, blah 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 blah. I'm just telling you facts, okay? Because I lived through it. You can look it up. Ex-Yugoslavia, 1992, hyperinflation, 50-60% daily. Paper currency, have a lot of it, don't have much of it, don't matter, same thing. Can't buy anything with it. Purchasing power, very important words, purchasing power, gone. That is what's happening right now, okay? It started to happen is what I'm saying, but you will find out soon, and I hope I'm wrong. But this is where we are headed. Look at all the money that they are printing. So if you can hedge yourself off with a little bit of silver, if you don't have much money, let's say you got $400 to your name, get yourself 2 coins. Anything over $25 you're paying right now, 26 bucks, I believe you can look around, shop through some bullions online and find maybe a little better deal if they're still even delivering. So if you go on a certain site and they're charging you 35 bucks for an ounce because it has cooler design, make sure it's just pure silver. 0.999 is what you're looking for. So anything, between, if you're lucky enough to find some for 21, 22, get it. It's just my opinion. You don't have to do it. So that way you can be secured, and you can do some bartering if it comes to that, okay? You always got to ask yourself, can you afford for me to be correct? So prepare with, if you can, getting off the grid. Get your basic preps in order. Make sure you got ammo, a little bit of gold if you can. An ounce of gold is expensive, but 1 gram is not that expensive, okay? It's about 6 coffees. If you just cut out 6 Starbucks coffees or maybe 10, I don't even know how much the price is right now. It could be $8 for coffee. So, 10 coffees, 80 bucks. You can get yourself a gram of gold for that. So just to give you an idea. It doesn't sound like it's much, but it saves lives. Trust me on that, especially if you can protect it with your Second Amendment rights. So that's where that is. I hope everyone is going to share this video. Take it seriously. Get your friends to start working together right now, your families, and see what you can do. The more hands on deck right now, the better. The rough times have not been started yet. They're about to come. It's not a scare tactic. It's just a reality, okay? Economic tsunami is coming, and that's going to bleed to the real social unrest. Unfortunately, most likely civil war. Talk soon, and take care.